The basketball world is still struggling to process the heartbreaking loss of Brandon Clarke after the Memphis Grizzlies forward was reportedly found dead at just 29 years old. What started as shocking breaking news quickly turned into a wave of grief across social media, with fans, teammates, and sports personalities sharing emotional tributes for one of the NBA's most respected young players. According to reports, emergency responders arrived at a residence in the Los Angeles area after receiving a medical emergency call. Tragically, Brandon Clarke was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities later confirmed that an investigation into the exact cause of death remains ongoing, and officials are still waiting for final toxicology and autopsy results before releasing an official conclusion. As speculation spread online, several outlets reported that investigators were exploring the possibility of an overdose after alleged drug paraphernalia was reportedly discovered inside the home. However, authorities have not officially confirmed those reports, and many supporters are urging people not to jump to conclusions until investigators release verified findings. For many NBA fans, the news feels almost impossible to believe. Brandon Clarke was known throughout the league not only for his athleticism, but also for his humility, work ethic, and positive energy. Since entering the NBA, he quickly became a fan favorite because of the intensity he brought to every game. Whether he was diving for loose balls, blocking shots, or energizing the crowd with explosive plays, Clarke built a reputation as one of the hardest-working players on the court. Born in Vancouver, Canada, Brandon Clarke's basketball journey inspired many young athletes. After a standout college career, he entered the NBA draft and eventually became part of Memphis' exciting young core. Fans immediately connected with his hustle and determination, and many believed he had the potential to become one of the franchise's long-term stars. But behind the scenes, recent years had reportedly become much more difficult. A devastating Achilles injury forced Clarke through a long and frustrating rehabilitation process. Recovery from that type of injury is one of the toughest challenges any basketball player can face, both physically and mentally. Despite setbacks, Brandon continued fighting to return to form, and many supporters admired the determination he showed throughout recovery. That is why news of his sudden death has hit fans especially hard. Social media quickly became flooded with emotional reactions after the story broke. Fans began reposting highlights, interviews, and inspirational moments from Brandon's career. Former teammates described him as one of the kindest people they had ever met, while others said his smile and positive attitude could completely change the energy inside a locker room. Many supporters also reflected on how quickly life can change. To fans watching from the outside, professional athletes often appear invincible. Brandon Clarke looked like someone preparing for another chapter in his career, which makes the tragedy feel even more unreal to many people following the story online. As discussions surrounding the investigation continue, many fans are choosing to focus less on rumors and more on the legacy Brandon Clarke leaves behind. His impact on teammates, the Memphis community, and basketball fans around the world continues shining through the emotional tributes being shared every day. At just 29 years old, Brandon Clarke had already inspired countless people through perseverance, resilience, and passion for the game. His sudden passing leaves behind heartbreak, unanswered questions, and an enormous sense of loss throughout the basketball community. Now, fans everywhere continue mourning a player many believe was taken far too soon. Rest in peace, Brandon Clarke, dove broken heart. Gone too soon but never forgotten.